How are you, football fans? Tomorrow, you can stream Chelsea v Man City and Man United v Liverpool on Now TV. That's a rivalry like no other, and a Carabao Cup final for a one-off payment of just €10. To grab a Now TV Sky Sports Day Pass and only pay for the games that matter to you, search Now TV today. Content streamed via internet, full terms at nowtv.com.
Welcome to another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples. Introduce yourself.
I am JR.
Just wanted to jump in. Just wanted to jump into it. I know you're excited.
Drink a Red Bull.
Yep.
I'm Doug Brady.
Yeah, Doug. Doug. The what? What's your title?
Permanent co-host.
Permanent co-host?
Yeah.
Man.
You need a better name than that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll help you live up to the name.
Ask Billy Prince. He'll probably give me a pretty good name.
No, I got you. Give me your origin story. You're new to the room, right?
I'm new to
the room, new to the
whole thing.
New to life?
Yeah, man. So I live in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah.
I've been doing comedy now for about a year and a half. Little before that, I started thinking, I've always loved comedy. Steve Martin. I've been listening to Steve Martin's tape.
You're an older guy. Right?
Yeah, man. I'm, as you can see, I'm a little older. Exactly. And so I was listening to him. He did a master class, and I was watching that, and I really just realized that if I'm going to be able to do anything, I need to start observing and writing shit down and stuff like that. So I started doing that, and then I saw a poster for an open mic in Charlottesville. I had no idea we had such a thing in our little town. And so I got there like an hour and a half early, right? Because I had no idea how it worked. And I just sat there for about 45 minutes until people started to show up. And got signed up. And that open mic is now a weekly thing. I'm there every week. I host my own show at a nearby brewery.
As you should.
Yeah, so that's a twice monthly show. So I book comics as well as do an open mic. So if you guys are ever in Charlottesville, Virginia, look me up.
Sweet. Next week, road trip. You're
Do
in
it,
Charlotte?
guys.
You'll just get a car, go to Charlotte?
Not Charlotte.
Charlotte
happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Charlottesville, North
Charlottesville.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Is there a Charlotte, Virginia?
No.
Okay.
There's a Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
That is
That's
not where we're talking about. This is Charlottesville. You guys may have heard of Charlottesville. We've been in the news a little bit.
I think I heard
in the last year or so.
I don't know if you remember, but a bunch of guys that look like me got together and lit a bunch of torches and started chanting about
Is that where they're from?
Jews. Yeah.
No. They're actually from Charlotte.
They're from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. Lest we
they're not
the name of Charlottesville.
What is Charlottesville known for?
So the UVA is there.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson's Monticello is there. He started UVA. So that's kind of
it's Monticello.
It's the claim to
what is
think.
that? I don't
It's
know
his
shit.
homestead.
That's
His homestead. Okay.
Thomas Jefferson's home. He was.
I thought it was an instrument. All right, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Have you ever been there? It's pretty fucking crazy.
No. When have I been? I've been to UVA for a track meet. Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
all the big Virginia track schools I've been to.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, UVA are rivals.
Okay.
A couple hours apart.
I've been there for track meets. And
Did you get shot when you went to Virginia Tech?
I was going to say that's what Virginia Tech is known for.
Virginia Tech was known for, but
Asian guy. I just want to put that out there.
That wasn't
not
Asian
a white guy.
Surprisingly.
So fuck
surprisingly. Is that one of the first Asians? We got to look at it.
It's got to be the only.
Yeah.
It's got to be the only.
I've never heard of another before or since.
Asian
well, there's those that China guys apparently in China.
You think there'd be more Asian slashes, right?
That's the thing is that in China they're big for
big
stabbing, mass
stabbings. That's
which
didn't
is
know
really
that.
intense.
I'm learning a lot here today.
we talked about that last week. Like they go into high schools. They go into not high schools, elementary schools, and actually stab kids out to see who can stab the most kids.
Have they not heard of guns? I mean.
No, the stabbing thing is their thing.
That's their thing.
I think
they prefer it.
They have pretty harsh gun laws in China too,
because
they're a communist nation and they don't want the people rising up against the government. So, but I mean, I don't care about any of that. My thing is like I want to get booked on this show in North Carolina.
Not North Carolina, Virginia.
Virginia.
I got a car.
You're gonna go to Virginia, North Carolina. We're all gonna go to North Carolina.
We're gonna go to Charlotte.
We're in Charlotte.
Where's the show? Well, it's about 6 hours from where you are.
Is it this week?
Seriously though, what is the open mic scene like down there?
So we are. It's growing every week. It seems like there's more. So there's one every Monday on the downtown mall, which is where all the tiki torch stuff happened. But it's really the coolest part of Charlottesville when the Nazis aren't there. So there's one downtown. I host a show at a brewery just a little bit outside of town. There's a coffee shop now that's got one once a month. So if you're a comedian in Charlottesville, you can't do it every night. You can do it once or twice a week. You probably want to travel to Richmond or DC if you want to hit them like a whole bunch of open mics. But Charlottesville's big enough. We've got touring acts. We've had Mark Norman, Joe List, Sam Morril was there recently. Kathleen Madigan's doing a bigger show there.
What's the club there?
So it's called the Southern. The Southern Cafe and Concert Hall. And the mic is in the little entry room. And then when they have the bigger book show, it's in the they got a big performance space in there. It's a pretty awesome place.
That is awesome.
Charlottesville, it's a bad rap with the whole Tiki Torch Nazi thing because Charlottesville is like a hippie, progressive town.
Is that Proud Boys?
I'm sure some people involved with the Charlottesville March were also in Proud Boys, but I don't.
Yeah,
they're not. That wasn't a Proud Boys sanctioned event, certainly. But I'm sure there were Proud Boys there.
Okay.
So Charlottesville's surrounded though by like redneck Virginia.
Fuck.
So it's like a Whole Foods surrounded by the people of Walmart.
Yeah.
That's it's Trump country surrounding Bernie Sanders land.
Fuck.
That's a great description.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's good. So I can sneak in and sneak out, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to come right on time. I got to being on time. Okay. I can say that. You looked at him. He was like, "Can we talk about this?" I like the look. That was the white guy look. Can we?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
But that's Jimmy. Jimmy just likes to go off on these things.
I go off. Hey, it's my podcast.
Yeah, I like listening to him. But you get
Is this your wife?
That's my girlfriend Kiki.
It's your girlfriend Kiki. Hi, Kiki.
Hi, Kiki.
Hi. How you liking New York?
I like New York.
You like it?
Cold though.
Cool. Yeah, it's cold. You weren't ready for this.
No.
I think it's cold out there. Is that the mountains? Is that the hills?
Yeah. So there's depending on where you're at, the mountains either stop the cold from hitting your little town, which is Charlottesville typically stays a little warmer than just the other side of the mountains nearby. Mountains do weird things to like we're supposed to get a foot of snow, and we're going to get 2 inches right over the mountain. We get 2 feet of snow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
Now, at these open mics, do you get a lot of audience, like just regular people watching?
Yeah. So the Monday night show, when we were competing with Monday Night Football, it was brutal.
Yeah.
We had them where we had 2 audience members, and they left halfway through. So it really just became like a writer session.
Yeah.
But now that football's ended, it's pretty consistently well attended. Where we got to go get more chairs. It can be pretty well packed. The comedians are all getting on board, so we got more comedians than ever, making sure to hit that mic. The mic that I host has been pretty well attended, 25 to 30 people.
Wow.
Pretty big space.
Yeah.
And we're doing better about getting the attention of the people over at the bar because they'll sit over there, but we got a nice long mic cord. So
you can walk over there.
We can walk right over into the bar and just fuck with them over there, whether they like it or not. So they become part of the show.
I like that.
That's great because in New York, I really I kind of regret starting in New York just because I hear all these stories of comics coming to New York and they're like, yeah, where I'm from, you go to an open mic and there's 50 people there just watching the show, and it's like. Every open mic here is like Monday Night Football for you.
That's what I've heard.
There's nobody. I mean, it's all comedians, and it's garbage.
And my friend Chris
started in New York?
I started in New York,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm friends with Chris Allen. He's based out of there. He opens for Mark Norman a lot. He's like, you're going to go do mics in New York? Yeah. Be prepared for no audience whatsoever.
Yeah.
You're talking to the comedians.
You get spoiled. Are you? Yeah. You have socks on?
Yeah.
You annoy me so much.
Why?
I don't know why it bothers me.
Is that a strange thing to have socks on?
Just hanging out with socks on.
I'm feeling bad. I have
it's cold as
socks
fuck. I thought you were just sitting like that. You were adjusting. I thought you were just hanging out with your foot socks.
Oh, that's weird. Weird.
I was like, just hanging out. What?
That's New York, man.
I started in Philly? I guess I started in Philly, but I moved to Delaware, and then I started a scene there.
Okay.
So we used to go to Maryland. I didn't go to Virginia that much for shows. We used to go to Maryland a lot because Maryland's right there.
Yeah, you're either kind of a Marylander or a Virginian person. You don't really, we don't cross too much.
You go to Maryland, you skip the middle, and then you go to LA.
Exactly.
So it was like, nah.
Now, you were talking about driving to Richmond and DC and stuff like that to hit other mics. Do you do that a lot, or are you just hanging out?
I've gone to DC a couple times. I haven't hit Richmond. A lot of the Richmond comics come to Charlottesville to hit our mics because they're better attended than the ones they do in Richmond. So they've not made Richmond sound really appealing to me. But DC, there's more mics, there's more opportunity there, and it's a little bit more fun.
Yeah,
sure.
Man, there's a lot of opportunity outside of this.
You got to get out a little bit.
Yeah, this supposed hub of New York is like
here. Like when I go other places and you're doing here, it's like it's a breath of fresh air. It's like, man, because you get spoiled. You get spoiled. I but you also, it goes the other way because there's so many mics. And then you go to somewhere like Philly or Delaware. It's like, and where you were from, it's like one a night.
Right.
Like
When
I first came to New York, we used to do 10 a night on a Monday.
Oh my God.
Just ripping. And
but that does beg the question to me. It's like how much are those mics? You're hitting 10 mics in a night, sure, but how much are those mics helping you as opposed to going to somewhere like Charlottesville and
you need both.
You actually have an audience that you can actually vibe with. You can read them.
You need both. You need to work both muscles, as in building material and then take that material in front of the audience.
Because what really pisses me off about the New York mic scene is that, like, I'll go somewhere, like I'll come here and I'll bomb with material, right? Worst bomb ever. And then I'll go somewhere else an hour later and I'll kill with the exact same set.
Sit or miss.
And but it doesn't make any sense. How are you supposed to gauge what's actually funny? You know
because
what I mean?
it's not about the gauge, it's about collecting.
Right.
It's the farming.
Yeah, but you can farm a bunch of stuff. Like
you're not going to get as much stuff as in being there.
Because I did a show a couple weeks ago with all stuff that I had really worked out over the last year, and I thought it was great stuff, and I had been getting laughs with it consistently at mics. And then I go into the show, and I do the set, and I walked 15 people. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just you. You're a piece of shit.
No, I get that.
It's not them.
You're talking about farming and stuff like that. And I'm doing that. I'm building material, but it's like I don't know if it's funny because the comics suck and they will tell me something's funny that's not funny.
You got to do both, and you got to not perform for the open mics.
Right.
You're there to get shit and to work it out within you. They just happen to be there, right? When you get in front of the audience, that's where you know what to keep. That's your second step. That's your second draft. This is your first draft. That's your second draft, and then you put it all together.
In order to make something like that happen, though, you really need to be consistently getting in front of a real audience, which is really difficult to do.
That's mapping out where the audience mics are. The audience, and that's when you go to like mix.
You got to go to Brooklyn and fucking.
I like music mics because that's when the musicians bring their friends and there's real audience. They don't know that it's comedy and it switches up.
So my problem is I hit this one mic every Monday night, right? There are some audience regulars, and which makes me feel a little bit weird about trying new stuff every week, and I'm not doing this stuff every night. So I'm sort of in the middle of working out the material, the first draft stuff, as well as reading how it's playing for the audience, the second draft stuff. So I don't know where I'm at, right? Like it's confusing, really.
That is the issue that I'm talking about. And you're how long are you gonna be in New York for?
So literally, we went to a Broadway show last night. I got tonight. I'm on a train back to Virginia tomorrow.
Oh, so you're not gonna get the real full experience.
No. I'm hitting 3 mics tonight if all goes according to plan. So this and then Grizzly Pear.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go over to Thursday.
Thursday.
Then I'm going over to the Creek in the Cave.
You can go around the corner at 6 to Phoenix Bar.
Well, you're going to get, just from those 3 mics, this, Pear, and Creek, you're going to get the full gambit of what New York open mics are like. And they're all garbage, just to be forewarned,
And tell the host that you're from out of town. That sometimes helps.
Yeah, I did. So that helped me get on the Grizzly
Tell them you're out of
Pear.
town, you're only here for the night. I want to get as much as I can.
I also promised my girlfriend would drink, which helped a lot.
That's what?
I didn't tell her before I did that. She's not happy about it. But
oh shit!
Come on, honey, you got to drink. Let's bottoms up.
And here's a trick you do: you bring a plastic cup and just take it to every bar, and then just sit and bring your own shit.
I didn't know that you do that here.
Yeah. Well, but we bought a drink. Yeah.
Clearly, I bought a drink.
Well, I used to go to mics with plastic cups. They used to be like, hey, you got to get a drink or water or something. And I just fill it up with ice, go to the bathroom with water, just sit down. Like, I got a drink. They're like, yeah, you can go out whenever you want. Jimmy always buys drinks.
Well, that's the other thing is that this whole, I don't know what the open mics are
at the beginning.
I don't know what the mics are like down in Charlottesville, but it's like here you're spending, if you go to the Lantern, you're going to spend $7 to do 3 minutes.
Right.
Possibly.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. And that's such bullshit. It's like you have to I'm spending hundreds of dollars a month to do open mics, in front of nobody. I don't know. I'm so frustrated by it. That's what I'm trying to get into here.
That's very much the opposite.
How long
there.
have you been doing it?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And you got your own show yet?
I don't produce a show.
You have a mic?
I don't. I used to have a mic, but I don't do it because I don't like being at a mic for 3 hours. You know, what's the worst?
What about
3 hours? So I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
But
go ahead,
I went to Vegas for CES a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and the plan was to hit as many mics there as I could. Very different experience, probably more like it is here. Lots of mics every night. I had a mic 5 nights a week there. One night I did 2. It was great. It was like I'd never experienced that before. But the first night, Sunday night,
That's adorable.
right? Sunday night at Noreen's, which is like this total dive bar. Like
sounds like it.
It's horrible. Like
it doesn't sound like the
Noreen's
where the
in
killers
Las
go.
Vegas, yeah.
It's a little off the strip by several miles.
Oh man!
But
sounds like
they don't
everybody's
they don't turn
fucking
anybody down. There's no bucket lottery
No,
or anything
that's
like that. You don't pay to get in. You get there, you sign up, you're gonna go on. And there's a $50 prize for the top comedian. They just decide who they think was best, and there's $20 for the second place.
Did you know they did a competition here?
They just started it,
on fucking what is that? Mondays?
They just started
Is that every Monday or it's Monday?
I don't know. It's hit or miss. Look on the website.
Hosted by Juan Carlos.
Yeah,
is it Juan Carlos?
Maybe. Chris
It's like
Vega?
the laugh mob thing where they do the if you bark, you bring in people, they pay you $5.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if they still do that.
I think there's like a pot.
Here's a pot. You
Yeah.
pay. You put $10 in best of the night.
Exactly. Yeah, wins all the and
Cool.
second place gets like $20.
There should be like one of those a week. Like
They're really because that's
The show you should start doing.
Yeah.
Kid doing around.
I used to do one in Delaware, and then I left Delaware. But
I think because of that $50 prize, that's why all the local comedians go to that open mic, right?
The prize.
42 comedians, one open mic.
much.
They had 5 people that would take turns hosting that all wanted to do their shtick
doesn't make
between.
it. They gotta. They would. You should cap it and make it special.
how much
Right.
time?
You know?
How much time?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's 4
5,
hours.
and they started right on time at 8 o'clock, ended at 1 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Nah, that's ridiculous.
It was insane.
How do you know who's the best
Yeah.
after that?
They
Yeah,
just,
there's
there's no
10 comics max for
Right.
that. If you're giving away money, you should make it a show.
Right.
That's a show. You know, if there's a prize. But 40 people?
Yeah,
is-
40 comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
Yeah, no audience member is going to be
So
like.
this was my first night there, and I wanted to see it. But I went up literally right in the middle, 21st, right? So I had to 2.5 hours to wait to get on, 2.5 hours to wait to the end. When I went up, I thought I had done pretty well. The bartender is one of the guys that decides who wins. I said, "Hey man, do I have a chance at this at all? Because I feel like I did pretty good." He's like, "Oh yeah, you got a chance." I'm like, "All right, so I'm sticking around." Which
You got a chance.
2.5
buy
hours.
some more drinks.
Yeah,
You got a chance, and you get another round.
I look old and wise. I'm very naive. I did too. I didn't. That didn't even.
Yo,
realize.
stay to the end. Stay to the end.
Oh, you got it. You got this.
God.
One another PBR.
Oh shit!
So,
Did you win?
No, I did not win. There was clearly better comics going up after me. So they.
Yo.
I realized about 3 or 4 after. I was like, yeah, there's
That's a good one. It's in Vegas. It can't not be awesome.
Oh, by the way, and you could smoke everywhere there too. So
Can you really?
Yeah, like in all the bars, casinos, all these places.
Man,
so
so
it was
good.
pretty great.
That is pretty good.
I like competitions when it's decided by either audience or comedian.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I don't like it when it's just a random guy. He's not paying attention to. I watch anywhere from 15 to what 25 maybe.
Here?
Yeah.
A day?
Yeah, a day.
Yeah,
A day.
I mean, you get light days, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
probably
light days and heavy days,
you probably
but
average 20 people a day. I would say.
and no, there's no way. There's no way you're paying attention to.
No, he wasn't.
This guy-
Not at all.
Half, I guarantee you.
No.
Like you.
I at this point I know people's bits
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I may not know everybody's faces, but if I heard a guy, I was like, yeah, I know that guy. I know people by their bits. But
By the end of 5 days in Vegas, I had seen all the comedians. I had seen all the bits. Like it doesn't take long to
Yeah.
sort of like.
This is the other thing that I was going to say before is like
Jesus.
you're talking about going on stage, in Charlottesville for this Monday night open mic,
Yeah.
and you're trying out material in front of the same guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like in New York, I see Jared 3 times a day, easy.
he knows my whole act.
Right.
You know, there's no way it doesn't. So I don't. To me, I don't see how I can evolve as a joke writer when the same people are seeing my same jokes every fucking day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, how can I actually get a gauge on what's funny?
Yeah.
You know, because something that Jared would think is funny yesterday, he might not think is funny today, or something he didn't think was funny yesterday, he's laughing at today just because I'm saying it again and he thinks it's retarded.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know.
Jared's probably laughing at you instead of with you.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
hard to, you got to go everywhere.
You got to get out. You got to see different. You when I first started, you put it in your schedule to go to someplace new.
Yeah.
In that schedule, in your whole scheme of what you're doing, your schedule for the day, there's always a new place that I try to go to, or that I haven't gone to, that's different from the norm. So you're not hitting the same every day.
It's hard though. It's hard, especially like I stopped going to Brooklyn like a year and a half ago because literally every time I would go on stage there, after I would get off, somebody would get on after me and yell at me, just because of words that I was saying.
You ever go to Jersey? You ever go to Jersey?
I've been to Jersey a couple times. I've done some mics there, but I don't know. Manhattan seems to be the place. Yeah, I gotta get off. I gotta get out.
It's easy to get comfortable.
You're right.
You can get to that rotation. You go plot it out, but you gotta make a left.
Same people all the time, it's like you're not comfortable.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you just said, when like you're comfortable in that rotation, but then like, I'm seeing the same exact people every single day.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta go out. You gotta put one in that schedule. The goal was to do one every hour. That's what I used to be at. Oh. And in that hour, I plot a different one that I didn't usually go to.
Yeah.
You know, but now I don't do that. Now it's just it's about touches. You know, that's why I do a mic. I can get on. If there's 15, 20 people, I can touch the mic 20 times. And if there's something I want to say, I can get it, keep it, and put it away. You know, so you can work on faster shit. You know, that's why I say get a mic, because you get faster, and new people will come to the mic. There's always new people here, you know, that haven't heard that shit.
Right.
You know, and that's where you're.
This is one of the reasons why I admire you so much. Is like, I don't know how you do this every day, because I hosted a mic once a week for like, I don't know, 6 months, and I wanted to kill myself after every day.
I need to be busy.
Did you get anything from it?
I mean, I met people, and through some of those people, I would get like a bar show or something, but it's nothing extreme, you know. Mm-hmm. Do you get anything out of this mic?
Yeah.
You get booked probably from this.
That's not my.
That's not your goal.
That's not my goal.
Yeah.
You know,
but I'm sure you do get.
I mean, I get if I want to get people ask all the time, you know. But I'm not out there like, oh, please book me. I want to be this. I don't want to say that. But
that's the other thing is like, how do you feel about asking for spots? People have been telling me to ask people to book me.
If you're good enough, you should ask.
Yeah.
All right, but if you're still 3 years, 4, if you're not 10 years in, you shouldn't ask.
Because like I know
you should. People know if you're funny enough. I'm sorry.
I mean,
they'll ask you.
The guys that I started out with, like my core crew or whatever, one of them he's really funny. I think he's one of the best joke writers on the scene. But he's only 3 years in, and he has to get booked, and it happens for him. But I feel that's so almost audacious to like ask people to be on the show.
It's hard, you know. I don't want to knock it. Me personally,
right?
I would never.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I think as well. I don't want to put people in that position.
Who they ask for anything, you know, and they get it. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but you get more by asking. Is that old adage? But because I was like,
if you do want to build a career, you gotta. I feel like
build your product.
Yeah,
you know,
get funny.
People ask for you,
right?
You know, that's what I find.
Because the whole thing, I don't know, and everybody has a different path, but it's like to me, it seems like the thing to be doing right now in today's day and age is to get on a show where you can get a good tape, and then you can send that tape to festivals and start getting credits.
What's your goal?
My goal?
What do you want? What would make you happy?
I have always wanted to own like a theater, like a Broadway theater almost, where I do shows like musicals and plays.
Well, you want to be in real estate. That's not comedy.
I want to be, but I want
another would be a book.
But I want to be
comedy.
But I want to be an entertainer. Yeah. You know what I mean? Comedy is just a lane of entertainment, and I started in comedy because it seemed like the easiest place to start in. You know what I mean?
I've always been about owning the house. But, and you're right. I'm joking about it, but if that will make you happy, you have to find the road that's gonna make you happy getting there, and that's gonna give you that fire to wake up in the morning to get there.
Right.
And
I think I found it. I mean, more than anything, like I'm sure anybody here, I just want to be able to. I really, in the next 5 years, I just want to be living in a car, driving across the country, doing comedy every night. You know what I mean?
We talked about this before. You need a Jew.
I know. Yeah, I need a Jew.
Go find yourself a boring Jew who wants to. You
do. You need a guy that will.
Look Jewy enough. You can go to Marcy and be like, "Hey, I want to buy a theater." You would get it way faster than me.
The problem with that is you need millions of dollars to buy it.
Go find a Jew.
Yeah. I do have a car. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. I hate New York. I hate comedy.
This moldy white privilege just it's just molding that you're not using.
But that's the thing. It's like I talked about this like 5 minutes ago. It's like white people aren't into me. You know what I mean?
Into you?
Yeah, they don't like me at all because of words that come into my mouth.
It's the goofy hat and your posture and shave a little. I don't know what you got to do.
It's my abrasive personality more than anything. I don't know, but
I'm white. I haven't found you abrasive at all.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Because he's more.
Well, you're from Charlotte.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
You're not from Bushwick.
The more I'm around all this, the more I realize I need to learn. Like, it humbles me every time I do this stuff because, at first I thought, that first one went well, right? So it gave me this sort of weird confidence. I started asking to be on shows after doing 1 or 2 open mics. Yeah. And I got a $5 gig, right? Which I thought,
sometimes
I'm a professional comedian now. And the more I do comedy, the more I realize I am nowhere near a professional comedian.
Yeah.
I am so far down the ranks. Yeah. I have so much to learn. So that's why I'm here. So.
That's the other thing is that you get these opportunities that you think will lead to something, and then they don't lead anywhere. They never lead anywhere.
No, don't expect to enjoy the journey. I know that's
but
cliche.
It's so difficult to do that.
Enjoy each step and wake up with, I wake up excited about what's going to happen.
But that's why I admire you so much. It's like you're not you're so much farther into the game than I am, and you're not really bothered by any of the things that I'm talking about, which is amazing to me, and I don't understand it.
It's fun. I come from a different
time,
a different time, a different struggle,
right?
Where you're lucky.
That's the other thing. It's like you grew up. I mean, you were from here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I grew up in a town where I was the guy. You know what I mean? Like in terms of performance and entertainment, mm-hmm. I was the star of every play. I was in independent movies and stuff. But it's like you come out here and then you're
back to zero.
Yeah, you're nothing. You know. So I had all these expectations of growing up, and I was great, and I'm the best or whatever. And then
I think I learned that from Pleasure and Fraternity and personal training. Because when you go to a new gym, you always start from zero.
Right.
And then you got to fight like a dog to be like, hey, I'm good at this, and you want to train with me, and just starting up and building back up, and then it all gets knocked down again. Mm-hmm. You go to another gym, you build your business up again. So restarting it's
just a cycle.
Like once you have the name like that, that's kind of what I'm struggling with now is making sure I have a name in the industry that I can just swing that axe anywhere. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And it's just doing it. Just don't get frustrated.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Keep building that muscle. The best part of comedy, of just comedy, is deciding to do it. That's the hardest thing to do. Is saying, hey, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my fucking life, no matter what happens. I'm gonna die doing this, and that's the fun part. Yeah. So whatever happens in between is already written. You've decided to do it. So fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck it. Whether you get the theater or not, you're doing this every fucking day.
Yeah.
And some people can't even do that.
I'm just enjoying the ride. I hear that I hate comedy phrase from people all the time, and I don't understand it yet. And I don't know if that's like maybe I need that in my head to be good, because a lot of the people that are pretty good always are like, I fucking hate comedy. But I fucking love it. I mean, I love bombing. I love doing all right. I love doing anywhere in the middle. I love getting on stage and doing anything. Yeah. I mean, really, I love it and learn from every bit of it. So I'm Mr. Positive. I don't have
I like that guy. So
it's not that I don't hate comedy. Certainly, there's nothing more that I love than getting on a stage in front of people.
No, but you said, I hate comedy. I know you don't actually hate comedy, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this.
I hate the state of comedy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like
fucking change it.
Where it is today. But you can't. One guy is not going to change it. You know what I mean?
What?
As long as one guy thinks that, he's right.
Yeah. We're old guys. We hit you with all. We'll go back and forth. How old are you?
45.
You ain't got nothing. This fucking pussy. I can't do it.
I've got more time than the both of you combined.
No,
certainly me.
No, you fucking.
Out of all three of us, I probably have the most.
No. I'm gonna outlive you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna outlive you. Your posture's terrible. Your heart's gonna crush under your ribs. What the fuck did you just say? You can't what?
Can't what? Oh yeah,
you can't change it. You since you've been coming to the mic, you've changed as a comedian. You've grown stronger, and it's just, and I hate.
You don't want to give a compliment?
I don't like giving speeches. But you've changed, you've grown, and you've just become doper and doper. Well,
that's good.
But now it's just your attitude. Just believe shit is shit.
Shit is shit, and this is definitely shit.
What?
This.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, this whole thing, just being at an open mic at 2:00 in the afternoon.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
That's something we don't have in Charlottesville, Virginia. Is 2 p.m. mics.
No, hell no. There's no Jim Peoples. If I was in Charlottesville, I would have started. I would have. Yeah, eventually. We'll see. What the fuck just happened today? There's a bunch of people stuck on a highway somewhere in the snow. A bunch of people just died. You're at a 2:00 mic. It could be worse.
I would rather be one of those people.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck.
The state of comedy is so bad. He'd rather be stuck in a car in a blizzard.
In a car in a blizzard, dying. Fucking. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just
neither do I. We don't have to
learn how to enjoy this shit.
I'm trying.
I love doing this shit. I love it. I love seeing what new surprise the universe has. It's like, yo, this is gonna happen today. It's just your attitude. If you wake up like, no matter what the fuck happens, I'm gonna rock this fucking day out. Change your posture a little bit. You know
what I learned? It's not about the chest. This is what I heard on NPR. It's about the ass. In your posture, if you want to have good posture, you have to act like you have a tail, and you don't want to be sitting on your tail. You want your tail to be poking out from behind you. So it's really about putting your ass back.
Rotating your hips.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? It's not about the chest and the shoulders.
I just go big posture. I just go. I'm always in attack mode. Whatever you put in front, let's have at it. I was watching. This has nothing to do with nothing. But I was on Pinterest. One of my favorite things to do. And there's like this guy who makes apocalypse swords. He's like apocalypse packages with like different swords. Okay. I was like, I need one of those just to fucking. It was like different colored swords and knives and shit. I was like, I'm definitely gonna cut my balls off, but the shit looked dope. It was like this one like whip sword.
Do you know how to use these things?
No, not at all. I was like, but it looked cool. It looked badass. No.
Did you ever stab anybody?
Yeah,
it sounds like you have stabbed somebody.
Absolutely. I've stabbed and been stabbed.
You really? You've stabbed?
I've been.
He's from Philly, right?
I'm from Philly and Bronx.
So let me ask you this.
I got shot at once. I used to host parties, And I used to have a death wish right after my accident. I had a death wish. I was like, nothing can stop me. I'm not supposed to die. And we had a fight. And these kids went to the car, and one said, "Yo, get the hammer." And I was like, "Get the hammer!" And I'm walking out the street, and they're shooting right at me. I was like, wow. And I was like, "What?" And I was yelling in the street, and then one of the other security came. It was like, "You're trying to get shot in the face." And I was like, and I saw the lights coming at me, but I was like, it didn't dawn on me till the next day. It was like they were shooting right at me. Coolest shit that I've done. But
it's so hard to shoot
fucking
somebody, though. From that distance.
Yeah,
like,
it was far. It probably hit a fence. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was. I won't do it. Now I'm older. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You know, you're fucking. Like, yeah, black style, black style, you motherfucker. You don't know who you are. Like, what did you say? You're going last. Black style, black style.
Shooting somebody is so much less personal than stabbing somebody.
Yeah.
When you stabbed somebody,
I never.
Did you feel the knife break through the skin?
It
was it a different texture?
I didn't. I'm not gonna act like I'm out here fucking gutting motherfuckers. He grabbed the knife. I grabbed the knife, and we were just.
I've been thinking about this a lot with this whole like Ted Bundy documentary, and I've been watching a lot of things about Charles Manson. Like Ted Bundy cut the heads off of like 10 women.
Luckily, my blade was dull, so.
Well, that's what I just think of, like, you know how when have you ever carved like a roast beef or something?
Yeah.
You know the feeling of like cutting through flesh. Yeah. It's like how.
Like a live human?
You can't not feel evil when you're cutting the head off of a woman.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Ugh.
But this is a time of no, there's no way.
And then also it's like
even if you were good at killing animals,
knife. I mean, if you're cutting a roast beef and your knife is super sharp, it's actually a very satisfying experience.
It's satisfying to cut a roast beef, though. Would it be as satisfying if that beef was a human neck?
So his experience was with a dull knife, which explains why he never wanted to pursue that further.
Right.
Because it was
just didn't feel right.
No, this is not fun.
The anger.
At all.
It's not actually like cutting the person. It's the anger that you're putting into the effort.
Right.
You know, it's not like, oh, I'm cutting a person. It's like, I'm gonna chop the fuck out of you because I'm angry. You know, that's.
So you're not thinking this is a guy. You're just thinking I'm going to stab this.
I didn't like how good that felt.
Yeah. So it did feel good.
It kind of felt good to be that angry.
The moment afterward.
The moment after, it's like, fuck. Yeah. I could have murdered this person and been away forever. Like, it's not like the time that you get caught, go to jail, you know, all the other shit that's going to happen. It's not worth the fucking the cum shot. You know,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know. So. Some people it is. Some people are like, yeah, I love murdering.
Why'd you point at me when you said, some people?
You're just there. You're in the light. I don't know if you feel guilty, Chris. You're a murderer. I don't know. Don't look at me.
Dude, I got in one half fight in like grade school, and that's the closest I've ever come to violence towards another person, and. That I hated it.
Yeah,
it's just
like when I was younger, I loved fighting. I was wrestling and fighting. I was an animal. But now things hurt. I don't fight nobody. My hands hurt. My knees hurt.
I will say I did think about murder when I was married for a while.
What? Kill?
Yeah, like if you accidentally kill someone in the street fight. Like
now you can kill somebody easy. I'm too strong to fight. I hit one guy. You know, I hit him. He hits his head. I don't have time for that. You know, lose yourself.
That's what would happen to me if you punched me. I would probably fall.
Yeah, most people, especially now, how soft your guys' brains are. You know.
Yeah, you guys.
That's why you have a skull. You said you had homicidal thoughts while you were married.
Well, yeah. I mean, married for 20 years. It was not great there for the last 7 or so.
That's a long time.
Whose bit was that? Is that Bill Burr's bit where it's like you're supposed to want to kill somebody? That's love. You're supposed to want to kill the person you're with. If you don't think about killing them,
I can't get on board
with Patrice.
that.
I think Patrice was like, I think it was Patrice.
Definitely sounds like Patrice.
Yeah, if I know that he was like, how would you kill him, right? He was like, you thought about it, but it's not doing it. You know?
Oh yeah.
See, I've gone through the motions of
Yeah.
taking myself through actually murdering somebody, and I don't think I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too sickening. But my girlfriend, who I live with and sleeps next to me every night, tells me pretty much every day that she's going to murder me.
Oh wow.
So I don't know, and it's not that hard to kill me either. She cooks for me. You know, all she has to do is slip a peanut. She's just got to slip a peanut in my food, and I'll be dead. That's it.
You got peanut allergies?
I do.
You fucking pussy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Fucking pussy.
One
It's so
peanut,
easy to
just
kill
shave
me.
peanut powder.
And I wouldn't have to come to this fucking mic. I don't know why.
How did that start? 20 years ago, there was no such thing as peanut allergies.
No,
You didn't even hear about that. All of a sudden,
fucking
people are allergic to
fucking.
How did this happen?
I don't know.
There's got to be something. The universe is
It's
saying
either
something about nuts.
Mixed
I think.
McDonald's, probably. These fucking, the shit they put in McDonald's. Don't go that way. Have a seat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, sit down. Just three guys sitting on stage. He's like, what the fuck is going on? It's so weird that everybody does that. It's like, so what are you guys doing on stage that everybody's watching?
It's 3 o'clock.
Is it 3 o'clock? Yeah, it is 3 o'clock. You want to close out? You got a question, Jared?
I got no question.
No question? Got a lot of bros here. Look at these jawlines. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy. Where the fuck did he come from? Look at this. You guys look like you're in the same frat.
That's Candid. That's the guy whose show that I walked, by the way.
Your show? Really?
I was dying.
The comics loved it. The audience did not think that. But that's what I'm saying about the comedy scene. Is like comics will tell me that something's really funny, and then I try it out in front of people, and they leave.
Well, don't listen to comics.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's the problem with open mics.
Where can they find you? Social media, Instagram, Twitter.
So I haven't really started doing either of those yet. I have them, but I have not. So don't worry about that.
You got a Facebook page for your show?
Not yet.
Facebook page.
But Pro Renata Brewery, though, for anybody in Charlottesville or going to Charlottesville, Pro Renata Brewery. That's where I host a show, open mic. So I have 2 shows there a month, so we do have a Charlottesville Comedy Facebook page. I guess I am one of the admins on that. So Charlottesville Comedy, for anything going on comedy-wise in Charlottesville, Virginia, not to be confused with Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. So
fuck that place.
Fuck Charlotte.
Fuck Charlotte. And no website yet?
Nope.
I have you.
Not yet. Working on it.
Can't have all of that when you come back.
Comedy baby.
All of that.
Yeah, next time I'm here.
All of that. Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Pinterest. Where can they find you?
You can find me here every goddamn day of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No website yet.
No website.
Come, no Pinterest.
I've got a Tumblr, bitcoin69.tumblr.com.
This is why you're not.
Are you still allowed on Tumblr?
I am allowed on Tumblr.
Oh,
they took away all those fucking. I know you can't post porn anymore.
Yeah,
I used to jerk off on there all the time. And
I watched Tom Segura's real quick. You guys, I watched it.
His special?
No, his podcast.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Well, it's
so
white.
boring.
Again, it's
white.
white.
It's
for white people.
White. Huh? Yeah,
Are you on your podcast shitting on other podcasts?
I love Shanad. Tom Segura is one of my favorite comedians. I just wasn't,
Have me on, Tom.
Yeah.
I would love to be on the show. I love your show.
I don't want to be
You
on
and your
your
wife are
podcast.
beautiful.
No, your wife is awesome. Give it up for these guys one more time. Clap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, she came to get you. Hi. Who's that? Brooke. Hi, Brooke. This is another episode of The People's Mic. I'm Jimmy Peoples. You can find it on iHeart Radio, Spotify, JimmyPeoples.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, J Peoples TV. We're here every day, Monday to Friday at 2:15, followed by the open mic at 3 o'clock at the world famous Idle Shrunken Head. Cool. See you tomorrow. Yeah.